I'm going to update you on my purchase of the boat in New York or Vermont. I went to New York, went to Vermont, purchased a boat. This is the jib sail for a 1971 Columbia 26 Mark II. I spent about an hour ago with a mop, a hose. I did the first side. I completed the first side, mopping it, like trying to take all the dust and dirt off it. And I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I'm going to turn it over. I was very careful to, and it's in good shape. It's kind of threadbare in some places. I could take the sail and completely beef it up in the corners, anywhere the tension points out there at the clew, down there at the bottom, the tack, I think, and that's the head. That's the head right there of the sail. That's the tack where it hooks onto the bottom of the forestay, and that's the clew that the sheet's hooked to. Now, around that clew, over in that corner, it's kind of threadbare, so I'm going to rebuild the corners. What I'm going to do is rebuild the corners, okay, of this sail. But basically it's in good shape. It's not blown out, it's not, or anything like that. Right here is the last part that has to dry. I'm going to flip this over and come back in a little bit, but I just want it to dry. What I have to do with the sail right now, let me get away from it. What has to be done right now with the sails, I have to flip it over and duplicate what I just did about an hour and a half ago. It's Sunday afternoon. There's games going on. I've got something to do, but right now, in a few minutes, I'm going to flip it and start over again, which means soaking it with water, and then a shampoo of a combination of Tide, Dawn liquid, and Ajax detergent. Equal parts with hot water and a spin mop. I'm going to soak it with water, and I'm just going to mop it, just like I mopped this one. Okay? I spent a little bit of time stretching it out, making sure it was completely flat. I don't think I'll have to work so hard to do it the next time. I think the next time when I flip it over, it'll probably lay flat and it'll go much quicker, and I will be much quicker. But I'm about to start it right now to flip it and shampoo the next side, and when it dries, hopefully by this evening when it's starting to get dark, I can come out and completely properly fold it up, fold it like an accordion, and get it into a sail bag. I could invest a lot into this sail. If you look at that corner right there, I could take and put all strapping from the corner out, a radio of about 4 or 5 straps. Same on this corner. This is the clew. This corner takes a beating. During its life, it's the tail end of the trailing edge and the lower edge of the sail. So most of the stitching, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try to look close, but most of the stitching there is kind of threadbare. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on that corner rebuilding it with straps and more stitching and more reinforcement. But as we walk, and I'm going to put a new trailing edge on it, and I think I'm going to invest on a new leading edge on it, and I'm going to make a masonite or an aluminum or some kind of head up there. It's going to be a fixed head, and then I might even put a steel cable, because I just built a jib that had a steel cable. If I add a they have them. They have a kit to add a steel cable to the leading edge. As you can see, these old brass, that's brass, that's old technology right there. That's old technology. I built a jib about 2 years ago, and what came with the kit was a stiff steel cable to keep that leading edge a nice, fine, tight leading edge. If I can find a kit in Sailrite for adding a steel cable to this, I will. But for overall, and then if you look over here, there's a little threadbare right there. If you can see it, I'm probably shadowing it. But wherever the stitching is threadbare, I'm going to go by and re-stitch it. Okay? And I'm going to add telltales. But all this hardware, this old world, old technology hardware that you're looking at right there will probably be replaced. I'm looking at adding a reinforced tape to this whole luff. A nice hard reinforced tape with a steel cable in it. I might even add reinforced stitching or tape like battens, sort of like a batten. Everywhere there's a seam, I might tape it and stitch over it to stiffen it up. I have the time and resources to do it. But right now, this is your last look, and I'm about to flip it. Okay, I just got done washing the other side. It's all wet. I just got done rinsing it off. But I did the same application as I did on the first. And I'm going to go in because I'm sweating head to toe. I'm all beat up. It's warm out. A record-breaking day in the valley. But I got this done. I can roll it up and put it away for next year, or I can start upgrading it. I have a foundation. The sail, just the basic sail alone is a foundation for me to start upgrading the corners and the leading edge, the luff, the foot, and the leech. I'm thinking about just replacing everything, upgrading everything, because the basic sail is good. It's clean, it's intact. There's some few stitching that are missing or worn out, but I will replace those, restitch over them. But just got done with this deal.